Today we are talking music. We've got James DeConto here in the studio from the Pinkerton Raid. They've got a new single out, which we'll hear in a second. They're opening up for a Paper Hand Puppet intervention on Friday the 12th. They'll also have a new single out that day as well. And a new album is due out next year. PinkertonRaid.com is their website for more information on all of that. Jesse, thank you so much for being with us today.
Yeah, thanks, Aaron. Really good to be here.
So you got the guitar. Let's hear some music. What are you going to play?
Yeah, I'm going to play a single that just came out a couple weeks ago. It's called We Tremble with the Noise.
I love this song.
Oh, thanks
Go
so
for
much.
it.
It goes like this. There's a mob outside the lobby. They're screaming, fire, gentrifiers. The manager with mocha skin, he shows us out the secret door. He says, I'm just trying to do my job. My friends, they shout me down. They built this place when we were kids. Now who's gonna stop it now? I know you wanna help me, but you can't hear my voice. You're shouting down the other side. We tremble with the noise. We tremble with the noise. We tremble with the noise. It's the 1st of May in 2020, and I'm a craftsman on a crew. My neighbor holds the mortgage, and my rent, it's coming due, and the tenants, they are striking. They're honking, shouting in the streets. Their alarm is a reminder of the debts I have to meet. I know you wanna help me, but you can't hear my voice. You're shouting down the other side. We tremble with the noise. We tremble with the noise. You tell me I should love myself, but you don't know how it feels to live inside this body. No scrubbing can make clean. Your love is like a rain cloud. The water's pouring down. Just be my earth to stand on. I'll save myself from drowning. I know you wanna help me, but you can't hear my voice. You're shouting down the other side. We tremble with the noise. I know you wanna help me, but you can't hear my voice. You're shouting down the other side. We tremble with the noise. We tremble with the noise. We tremble with the noise.
Nice. You're listening to James DeConto of the Pinkerton Raid. That's their brand new single, We Tremble with the Noise. He's playing here live in the studio. Thank you so much. That song is fantastic.
Thanks, sir.
And you sent it to me a couple of weeks ago, and I immediately emailed you and was like, I think this is my favorite Pinkerton Raid song right here.
Yeah.
Which is hard because you've got a lot of really good ones.
I appreciate it.
But that's spectacular. So what's been the reaction to it, other than me raving about it?
Yeah, you know, it's been fun. I mean, it's getting traction on Spotify, and the streaming services and stuff. But I don't know what any of that really means. But but I know that people have been connecting with it in the live show. Mm-hmm. I tell this story, which took me a while to figure out how to even tell in a way that felt real or authentic. But it's the first verse really came from visiting Asheville in the 6 months after the pandemic hit, and my wife and I were just like ready to kill each other and needed to go somewhere. Right. And so we found we had points from our credit card, and we were like, oh, we could go and get a hotel on points in Asheville, and and do some hiking and just get out in the woods, and we just love it out there. And so, it just turned out the hotel that we found, it's called the Renaissance, downtown Asheville, and
were you there the same weekend we were there? Because Brad and I did exactly the same thing at the exact same time. Yeah, it's hilarious, right? Yeah.
Yeah. But it was just like, of course, months, only 3-4 months after the George Floyd murder. And
Yep.
And the country was just very agitated, of course, and Asheville was very agitated, and they have these long-standing things that they're dealing with real estate prices and tourism and gentrification and all that, and they're talking about taking the Confederate monument down in the central square there. So there's a lot to protest about, right? Mm. Well, so I get out of the shower. I'm in the cozy bathrobe that they give you at these fancy hotels, and then I hear this noise outside, and there are like 50, 75 people in the parking lot yelling up at the building, and I'm on the 8th floor.
Right.
And what I hear is fire, gentrifier. And I'm like, oh my God, this is where it ends. You know what I mean? Like, you don't want to hear fire when you're on the 8th floor of a building. And the hardest part and the weirdest part for me is like, this is the kind of protest I would be part of, and I'm at a hotel because I had the airline points for it. And here I am, and I'm like, oh, I'm kind of like on the other side.
You're on the other side,
protest.
Yeah. You are part of the protest.
Yeah, exactly. And so it's just like trying to reckon with that situation and what does it mean? And I think people relate to that because I think we all feel like we're not. We can intellectually say this is where I'm at, but then like it's easy to see how we fit for ourselves if we're honest, we're honest, and hopefully I'm getting honest people in my audiences, you know what I mean? But I think it just has, I think it feels important for people of goodwill and empathy to try to put ourselves in the other person's shoes and listen and learn.
Yeah.
And we're lacking.
And look in the mirror at ourselves too,
exactly.
right? Yeah, exactly. Especially now, because you're talking about like, it's on the one hand, you specifically say May of 2020. So like there's a time capsule-ness to it. Like this is a pandemic song, but how many similar crises are we dealing with now? Have we already gone through? Like, what does it mean to play this song after Helene? What does it mean to play this song in 2025 during Trump era part 2? Like,
exactly. Yeah. And I actually, that's part of the reason why I had trouble figuring out how to talk about it, because I don't want it to come off as criticizing these protesters or people who are frankly trying to save Asheville.
Right.
You know what I mean? Especially in the context of Helene, especially after that, it's amplified. But I hope it's a sort of gentle invitation to like remember there's humanity on the other side, and probably something to learn and make room for each other.
Right.
Yeah.
Speaking with Jesse James DeConto, the Pinkerton Raid, We Tremble with the Noise is the new single. You just heard him play it. That's out now. New single's coming out on the 12th, which is going to be cool. New album's due out next year, which is awesome.
That's right, yeah.
That's awesome. What's it going to be called? Do you have a title for it yet?
I'll say it tentatively. I think it's going to be called Arms of Love.
Okay.
Which is a lyric from The Village, which is the next single coming out.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome. What else you got coming up? You got a lot around the corner.
Yeah. So, Thursday night I'm going to play in Charlotte at the Vislite Theater with Lua Flora and Charles Walker. So I'm excited about that. That should be a good show. Next Saturday, the 30th of August, I'm in Wilmington. There's a new festival called Wilmington Peace Festival that has been developing. And so they're doing a Songs of Peace event at Waterline Brewing, a place I love to play anyway. And so they're like 5 different artists playing, and I think a similar number of speakers. And I think we'll be getting to a lot of the themes we've been talking about, just like trying to be peacemakers and find the humanity in other people. So that's going to be fun. And it's mostly covers. So I'm covering Bruce Springsteen, Born in the USA.
Awesome.
Crowded House, Don't Dream It's Over.
Right.
Some 80s stuff.
It's going to be good songs.
Yeah. And actually, that sort of segues. I'll be at Paperhand, like you talked about, on the 12th. But then the 20th, this is September 20th, I'll be at Boxyard leading an 80s sing-along. So we'll do those songs again.
Nice.
But I'll have a full band for that, and it's a whole night of 80s.
Love it.
Yeah.
And again, PinkertonRaid.com is the website. Go there and find out more. Get the full schedule of upcoming shows and stay with them for new singles later on this fall, and then the new album that's due out next year. Jesse, thank you so much for being with us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.